Okay, the last thing, it cut me off on the first video, so we had to move on to a second video. But anyways, the last thing that I want to show you is how to add your header. Now I realize, I think in the last video, I called this the header. This is actually called the heading. So there are two different things. You've got heading and header, all right? So we wanna make sure we're doing, make sure we realize that those are two different things. So we've got the heading, we've got your title, we've got your first paragraph indented. Make sure you're always indenting your paragraphs. But we want to add our last names and page numbers to the header. So how you get into the header is by coming up to this white space at the top and double clicking. So then you should see this kind of gray funky box here, okay? Now some teachers will want your first page to not have a page number. And so if that's the case, if a teacher ever tells you they want the header on the first page to be different than the other pages, all you have to do is check this box. All right. Now I'm different. So I want your header to be the same from page to page. So don't check that box right now. Just realize it's available for you if you so need to use it. Now, Google Docs is really weird in the header because they put the line way up here at the top. And a lot of times when you print, especially on our school printers, it cuts that first bit off. So the first thing I want you to do in your header is press enter so that it's down one line, because otherwise your header will actually get cut off in the printer and I won't be able to see it. So make sure that you have that entered at least once before we move on to anything else. So the header is, again, I want your last name and the page number of your paper. So, and I want those things on the right-hand side of your paper. So again, up here, we've got these alignment buttons. Left aligned is where it should be originally. You've got center, right, and again, justify, which is that weird one we're never going to use. But for the header, I want these right aligned. So make sure you choose the right align button. And then you're going to type in your last name and then a space. And then a lot of you automatically would put the number 1 and you think, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to go. But if I move on to the next page, and remember that hint, if you ever want to move on to the next page, is just control enter. Now every page is going to be labeled as page 1, and we don't want that. So we're not going to type in the number, all right? Instead, we're going to use the header formatting tool. So right now, all you should have in the header is your last name and a space. We need to go up here to the top to insert. So right underneath your title, you'll find insert. Come down here, and you'll either see header and then page number as its own little title here, or else it'll say header and page number. So if you hover over that, you should over here see these 4 different options. All right. We want to choose page number, and we want to choose the first box option so that we've got the page number in the top right-hand corner, not the bottom right-hand corner, and not where the first page is different than the others. Okay, so we want the first page to be the same. So we're going to click on that, and then you should see that 1, and I'm going to scroll back down to the second page to make sure it's correct, and it is. I see a 2. Now, if you are like me and you notice fonts right away, you should be seeing that obviously my font up here is different than my font down here. Again, I'm not sure why, but Google Docs chooses Arial as its default instead of Times New Roman. So that means when you move into your header, it's going to change right back to that default font. So what you need to make sure you do, again, is change this to Times New Roman, size 12. Realize that at any point in your story where your font changes, your font size changes, you don't have things in the right alignment, you don't have your title center aligned, you don't have things double spaced, you have those weird extra spaces in your paragraphs, I am going to take points off. So make sure that you are using MLA format correctly. And to be really honest, from this point out, I'm going to expect to see it on everything unless I've specifically told you you don't have to use MLA format. So things like article of the week. If you are typing those, I expect MLA format. Things like any other stories that we may write, any projects that we might turn in. All of those things I'm going to expect MLA format unless I tell you otherwise. So if you feel lost at all on MLA format after watching this video, you need to let me know, because not only am I going to expect it from you, but your teachers down the line are going to continue to expect it from you. And they're not going to run through it with you because they're going to expect you to know how to do it. So again, if you're having any troubles in any kind of typing way, let me know. All right. I think that is it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Be good the rest of the day. Have a good day. Goodbye.